Sir Chirin Francis of Tobago, who resided at Boca St. George, passed away on Tuesday, 15th March 2022, at the age of 76. She was the wife of Cyril Francis, mother of Owen Francis, grandmother of Alexis, Ariel, Asia, and Isaiah, aunt of Emily Walter, grand-aunt of Saturina, Sheshael, Gabriel, Israel, Joshua, and Adina, stepmother of Isis Francis Brown, and Wendell Ramsden and their families, stepsister of Prunella Chance. Other relatives and friends including the Peters family, Irma, Anne, Shirley, Jenny, and friends and neighbors of Boca and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Sir Chirin Francis of Tobago, who resided at Boca St. George, will take place on Tuesday, 29th March at 9 a.m. Funeral service will be held at the Garden of Remembrance Funeral Chapel, Cemetery Hill, St. George's, according to Seventh-day Adventist rites, followed by cremation. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Claudius Mervyn McLawrence, affectionately called Pops of Winwood Carriacou, passed away on Saturday, 19th March 2022. He was a contractor and managed his own business, Mac & Mac Construction, for many years. He is survived by his dedicated wife, children, siblings, many grandchildren, nieces, nephews, cousins, and other family. He has also left many other close friends, relatives, and loved ones to mourn his passing, including the Kent, Budlal, and Patras families. The funeral service for the late Claudius Mervyn McLawrence, affectionately called Pops of Winwood Carriacou, will take place on Wednesday, March 30th at 1:30 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Glad Tidings Assembly, Hillsborough, Carriacou, and interment will be at the family cemetery, Lapel. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Monica Cador née Langine, also known as Monix, of Concord St. John, a well-known market vendor, passed away on Saturday, 5th March 2022, at the age of 91. She was the mother of Aldith Joan Courtney, Althea in Canada, Martin Coco Cador, Kenneth Bob Cador, Lindo Poe Cador, and Alsted Cador, stepmother of Sheridan Cador, grandmother of Sabrina Courtney, Dr. Jade Courtney, Maya, Sophie and Jewel Courtney, Ricardo Ashton, Sherlin and Marvin Haynes, Timothy, Ashton, Alicia, and Asborn Williams, great-grandmother of 13, sister of Lena Monroe, Faith Jessamy, Daphne Lewis, and Valma Delandro in England, mother-in-law of Merlin Bain, Erilyn Haynes, and George Courtney, sister-in-law of Raleigh Jessamy and Gloria Langine, aunt of many in England, Canada, and the USA, including teacher Everil Nelson, Lerlin Langine, Martin, Michael and Tanti Marina Jessamy, and sister Catherine Monroe, godmother of Neville Louisaw and Edwin Edwards. Many cousins, other relatives and close friends, including Edwin and Utilda Mitchell, Millie Charles, Daniel Wayne Lewis, Anthony Cador, the Langine, Louisaw, Marshall, Cummings, and Cador families of Grove in Trinidad, the USA, Canada, and England, and friends and neighbors of Grand Roy, Marigot, Concord, and surrounding areas. The funeral service for the late Monica Cador née Langine, also known as Monix, of Concord St. John, will take place on Wednesday, March 30th at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Concord Roman Catholic Church, and entombment will be at the family cemetery, Concord. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Matthew Nelista Grant of Riversally St. Patrick, who resided at Lapotree St. Andrew and at Beaulieu St. George, passed away on Thursday, March 10th, 2022, at the age of 70. He was the father of Cherry Ann Boca Cyrus in the USA, Cheryl Ann Boca Bethel, Corporal 939 Shonell Cummings, and Akim Adolphus, brother of Michael, also known as Lavesta, Wilbur, Gloria, Magdalene, and Magna, grandfather of Rianne and Ariana Cyrus in the USA, and Gabrielle Bethel, father-in-law of Ricky Cyrus, Hendy Bethel, and Reginald Cummings. Many nieces and nephews in Grenada, Trinidad, and the USA, including Janice, Shirley Ann, Samuel, Deanne, Catherine, Rhoda, Wayne, Michael, Ashton, Jenny, and Annette. Other relatives and friends including the Grant family of Lapotree, Riversally, Paradise, and Montrose in Trinidad, Canada, and the USA, the Whiteman family of St. David, the Adolphus family of Beaulieu, the Niles family of Darbo, Diego and Heads of Lapotree, Glenn Lewis and family, Sharon de Berg, and friends and neighbors of Beaulieu, Lapotree, and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Matthew Nalista Grant of Riversally St. Patrick, who resided at Lapotree St. Andrew and Beaulieu St. George, will take place on Thursday, March 31st at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Holy Family Catholic Church, Riversally St. Patrick, and interment will be at the Riversally Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Cyprian Batiste, also known as Sippo and Dread, of Providence, who resided at Petmotah St. David, former salesman and managing director of Value Landscape in Grenada and Value Mini Mart, passed away on Thursday, 3rd March 2022, at the age of 62. He was the husband of Marl Batiste, father of Marcus and Morris Batiste and Marcia Franklin, grandfather of Mariah, Kiara, Kayla, Caleb, Caden, and Karina, brother of Daniel Thomas in Trinidad and Teresa Thomas in England, brother-in-law of Maureen Morel in St. Thomas, Gordon in Trinidad, Michael, Kang, and John, father-in-law of Kizzy Batiste and Leoth Franklin, uncle of many. Many cousins, other relatives and close friends including James Lewis and family, Victor Scott and family, Hyacinth McBonnet and family, Rosie and family, Sharon and family, Cynthia and family, Kester and family, the Blake family of Corinth, the Batiste family, Pastor Thomas and family, the Duncan family of Vincennes, the Albert family of Dudma, the Mapp and Horsford families, the management and staff of Value Distributors and Value Landscape in Grenada, the pastor and members of the First Baptist Church, Berot St. David, and friends and neighbors of Berot, Providence, Pedmotah, Belplain, Lamode, St. Vincent, St. Thomas, the UK, and Trinidad. The funeral of the late Cyprian Batiste, also known as Sippo and Dread, of Providence, who resided at Pedmotah St. David, will take place on Thursday, March 31st at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Pedmotah Gospel, according to First Baptist Church rites, and entombment will be at the Family Cemetery, Pedmotah. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Lloyd Edric Chetram, also known as Babu and Caesar, of Brothers St. John, passed away on Friday, 11th March 2022, at the age of 71. He was the brother of Valentine and Keith Chetram, nephew of Rosalind Julian in the UK, brother-in-law of Brenda and Louise Chetram, uncle of many including Jason, Judy, Janice Chetram Hagley, Jerry, Sharon, Lyndon, Sherry, Ken, Ian, Kay, Ricky, Robbie and Jeanette Chetram, Beverly Chetram Dolland, Rolda Chetram Justine, and Daniel, also known as Bubby in the United Kingdom. Uncle-in-law of many including Ken Hagley, Akima Fraser, David Justine, Evelyn Dolland, Suti Chetram, Lexan Chetram, Bibi Husman Chetram, and Casey Eben Chetram. Many other relatives and friends including the Sanderson, Chitterman, Perryman, Ragbasing, Duranjit, Harford, Chetram, Julian, and Harriman families, the Rajman family in Tobago, the Roberts family in Grenada, the UK, and the USA, Shireen Amanda Wall, Pastor Robert Mathena and family, members of the Faith Independence Baptist Church Loretto, Lester Simpson, Nurse Marcia Jones, Laura Joseph, the Alexis family, and friends and neighbors of Brothers and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Lloyd Edric Chetram, also known as Babu and Caesar, of Brothers St. John, will take place on Friday, April 1st at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Open Bible Church, Grove St. John, and interment will be at the Douglaston Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Veronica Dola Horsford, née Bascom, of Retreat St. David, passed away on Tuesday, 8th March 2022, at the age of 94. She was the mother of Yvette Lowe, Gregory Bascom, Bernadette Fall, Richard Horsford, Marcia Hazard, Matthew and Sharon Horsford, stepmother of Martin Lumpress, grandmother of Nigel, Neil and Neela Duncan, Rodlin Lowe, Winston and Randy Bascom, Sophia Charles, Michelle, Rachel and Marcel Horsford, Marcel Hazard, and Quinton, great-grandmother of 25. Many nieces and nephews, including Daphne Bascom, Eric Bascom, Teresa Edwards, Gloria Mitchell, Philip George, and Leon Mitchell. Mother-in-law of Claudia Bascom, Janice and Belinda. Sister-in-law of Lawrence Francis, Clarice Charles, Gwen, Tony, and Joan Murray. Other relatives and friends including Raleigh Jessamy, Dandley Bascom, the Bascom family of Felix Park, Happy Hill and River Road, the Latouche, Horsford and Felix families, and neighbours and friends of Retreat, Pomrose, Felix Park and De Blando. The funeral of the late Veronica Dola Horsford, née Bascom, of Retreat St. David, will take place on Monday, April 4th at 2 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the St. Martin de Porres Roman Catholic Church, Crowshoe, St. Andrew, and interment will be at the Churchyard Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Lucille Maxime, also known as Alcina Chase, of Grand Anse St. George, died on Wednesday, 23rd March 2022, at the age of 82. The funeral arrangements for the late Lucille Maxime, also known as Alcina Chase of Grand Anse St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Carlisle James, also known as Black Boy and Baggy, of Beaulieu St. George, died on Tuesday, 22nd March 2022, at the age of 69. The funeral arrangements for the late Carlisle James, also known as Black Boy and Baggy, of Beaulieu St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Daphne Joseph, also known as Dati, of La Tante St. David, passed away on Wednesday, 16th March 2022, at the age of 87. The funeral arrangements for the late Daphne Joseph, also known as Dati of La Tante St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Leonard Abraham Macmillan, also known as Leonard Gludd, and Tarway, of Bellevue St. David, passed away on Saturday, 19th March 2022, at the age of 68. The funeral arrangements for the late Leonard Abraham Macmillan, also known as Leonard Gludd, and Tarway, of Bellevue St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Edward Mordred Roberts, also known as E.M. Roberts of Belmont St. George, died on Saturday, 19th March 2022, at the age of 86. The funeral arrangements for the late Edward Mordred Roberts, also known as E.M. Roberts of Belmont St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Teresa Cummings, also known as Carmen, of Beaulieu St. George, passed away on Saturday, 19th March 2022, at the age of 81. The funeral arrangements for the late Teresa Cummings, also known as Carmen, of Beaulieu St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Paul Joseph, also known as Preacher, of Cemetery Hill St. George's, passed away on Thursday, 17th March 2022, at the age of 73. The funeral arrangements for the late Paul Joseph, also known as Preacher, of Cemetery Hill St. George's, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Agnes Barry, also known as Loyola, of La Fortune St. Patrick, who resided in the USA, passed away on Saturday, 12th March 2022 in Canada, at the age of 77. The funeral arrangements for the late Agnes Barry, also known as Loyola, of La Fortune St. Patrick, who resided in the USA, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Sebastian Francis Richardson, also known as Sibo, of Tivoli St. Andrew, passed away on Monday, 14th March 2022, at the age of 62. The funeral arrangements for the late Sebastian Francis Richardson, also known as Sibo of Tivoli St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Anita Blackett, also known as Mama Nita, of Pedmotar St. David, passed away in Trinidad at the age of 89. The funeral arrangements for the late Anita Blackett, also known as Mama Nita of Pedmotar St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Sybil Matilda Roberts, also known as Mama and Pitty, of New Hampshire St. George, passed away on Sunday, 13th March 2022, at the age of 81. The funeral arrangements for the late Sybil Matilda Roberts, also known as Mama and Pitty, of New Hampshire St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Teresa Smith, also known as Farm O, of Carrier, who resided at Telescope St. Andrew, passed away on Thursday, 17th March 2022, at the age of 84. The funeral arrangements for the late Teresa Smith, also known as Farm O, of Carrier, who resided at Telescope St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes.
George Ferguson of Shantimel St. Patrick died on Sunday, 13th March, at the age of 73. The funeral arrangements of the late George Ferguson will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Ian Redhead, also known as Flyers of Hillsborough Street, who resided at Melville Street and Archibald Avenue, St. George's, passed away on Friday, 11th March, at the age of 63. The funeral arrangements of the late Ian Redhead will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
Monica Cynthia Knight Martin, affectionately known as Monix, of Montmort St. George, passed away on Sunday, 6th March 2022, at the age of 87. The funeral arrangements for the late Monica Cynthia Knight Martin, affectionately known as Monix of Montmort St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Veronica Horsford, née Bascom, of Retreat St. David, who resided in the USA, passed away on Tuesday, 8th March 2022, at the age of 94. The funeral arrangements for the late Veronica Horsford, née Bascom, of Retreat St. David, who resided in the USA, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes.
Joseph Peterson of Shantimel St. Patrick, who resided in the United Kingdom, passed away on Friday, 25th February in the UK at the age of 87. The funeral arrangement of the late Joseph Peterson of Shantimel St. Patrick, who resided in the United Kingdom, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home.
Velma Ada Murray of Monkridge St. Patrick, who resided at Grenville Street, St. George's, passed away on Friday, 4th March 2022 at the age of 71. The funeral arrangements for the late Velma Ada Murray of Montford St. Patrick, who resided at Grenville Street, St. George's, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. In loving memory of Clev Matthew Barry Sylvester, also known as Big Tigger, of New Hampshire St. George, who died on 25th March 2021 at the age of 35. Left to mourn his father, Eric Alexander, mother, Cecilia Alexander, children Matthew and Javonte, siblings Claire, Pearl, Emmeline, Kitana, Jeffrey, Jayon, and Frederick, nieces and nephews Kristen, Onika, Jamal, Tyrrell, Ryan, Nathan, and Kristen, aunts and uncles too numerous to mention, close friend Berylon Ross, cousins, the boys on the block, and friends and neighbors of New Hampshire and surrounding areas. An eternal memory until we meet again. Those special memories of you will always bring a smile. If only we could have you back for just a little while. Then we could sit and talk again just like we used to do. You always meant so very much and always will do too. The fact that you're no longer here will always cause us pain, but you're forever in our hearts until we meet again. Funeral arrangements were entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. In loving memory of Deslin Veronica Thomas of Paradise St. Andrew, who passed away in the USA on 23rd March 2020 and was entombed at the Grand Bras Cemetery. It's been 2 years since you've been gone, but it seems like only yesterday. Our hearts split in two. One side filled with memories, the other died with you. We often lie awake at nights while the world is fast asleep and take a walk down memory lane with tears upon our cheeks. Remembering you is easy. We do it every day. But missing you is a heartache that never goes away. We hold you tightly within our hearts, and there you will remain. Gone forever, but not forgotten. From your loving family Denise, Denny, Deborah, Debbie, Davis, Devon, Dorianne, and Tomel. Funeral arrangements were entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. In memory of Chad Joseph Edghill of Grand Mall St. George, who resided in New York and passed away on March 29, 2012 at the age of 24. He was laid to rest on April 12, 2012. Left to cherish his memory are his mom, Myrna Anne-Marie Joseph, grandmother Gillian Catherine Joseph, many aunts and uncles including Tessa Edghill Gittins, Rachel and Bernadette Joseph, and numerous other family members and friends. Don't think of him as gone away. His journey's just begun. Life holds so many facets. This earth is only one. Just think of him as resting from the sorrows and the tears, in a place of warmth and comfort, where there are no days and years. Think how we must be wishing that we could know today how nothing but our sadness can really pass away. And think of him as living in the hearts of those he touched. For nothing loved is ever lost, and he was loved so much. Funeral arrangements were entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
The management and staff of MTV extend deepest condolences to those of you whose loved ones have passed on. Thanks for watching.
I am Godwill James, an MD and a member of Gateway Assembly. Medically, death is regarded as an end or a cessation of life. Different groups view death in different perspectives. While some regard death as a continuation of life, others view it as an infeeble form of life. As a Christian, we may want to view death as a separation of the soul from the body. So, whichever way one may view death, I want to say that may the gentle soul of the faithful departed rest in the bosom of the Lord. Amen.